The biggest entrepreneur destination on the planet. I'm Alex Wehrley. Welcome to Business Rockstars. And today my rock star, Lona Alia, founder of StyleLend. Thanks so much for joining us from New York City.
Thank you for having me, Alex. It's awesome to be here.
Good, you bet. So tell me, what is StyleLend?
So at StyleLend, we're building the biggest designer closet in the world where women can borrow from anytime they want to. So it's a community of women renting things from each other.
So it's very peer-to-peer. You get to basically raid everyone's closet digitally.
Exactly, it's amazing.
That's so cool. So what problems were you providing solutions to?
So the problem of I have nothing to wear that we have as women, we have a closet full of clothes, yet nothing to wear. We are solving that by saying, hey, you can borrow something at 1/10 of the retail price. So for example, this dress is a $500 dress. You can borrow it for $50, wear it for a week, and then return it to us for dry cleaning. So it's super easy.
Yeah, I can speak from personal experience how many times you buy a dress for a wedding, whatever it is, and you don't really feel like you can wear it again, but you spent this money on it, and so it feels a little bit like a waste. So definitely made for people like me, for sure. I love it.
Yeah, most women.
So
sure.
What was the inspiration behind it for you?
You know, I was traveling around the world for a bit, and I wanted to arrive in Paris and be able to borrow another girl's closet or go to Tokyo from there and borrow another girl's closet. And I wanted to really access fashion through these women in different cities of the world. So that was the inspiration for me. And also, I saw that fashion is the biggest polluter in the world after oil. So I thought, isn't there a way that we can make sure we can rent from each other and extend the life of a garment instead of that garment ending up in landfills and choking the earth slowly? So.
Yeah, and real quick, let's touch a little bit on the concept of fast fashion and how this is really providing a solution to that.
Yeah, so fast fashion, as you know, is items that you buy at a very inexpensive rate. They're usually supposed to you're wearing them once or twice because the quality is not there to last longer than one wash. And these items are clogging the markets. They're going to landfills and also clogging the markets of third world countries like Africa, for example. And they don't let their fashion develop there because they're so cheap. People can buy these very inexpensive items. So fast fashion, the ugly truth behind it is that the person that's making your $10 shirt, it's probably living in really bad conditions, is working 60+ hours a week, and it's probably done by a child, especially if it's sequenced, like small things that need small hands. It's probably done by a child's labor.
You're often disconnected from where it's coming from. So what's nice is you kind of get the best of both worlds with your website and app, is that you have affordable fashion, that's quality, and lasts for more than one wash.
Yeah, absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about your background and the various things that led up to this moment of starting this business.
So I've always been into fashion since I was very young. I was able to tell my parents what to buy me when they went overseas because I lived in a communist country and you could only buy 3 types of things. There was no fashion at all.
Where are you from?
Albania originally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So back in the day, there wasn't any choice or stores really. So my parents were able to travel outside and I'd give them a little list and then give me all these amazing things. So I'd show up at school and be the most stylish person there. So I got this really great feeling of having this new item and wearing it and feeling so confident and so powerful that I was like, I want to transfer this to women to wear something really great, pay only $50 and just kill that business interview, kill that meeting that you have with a prospective customer, maybe meet your next partner and feel really great because now you have this new item. It might not be new, but it's new to you. So it looks great.
Tell me a little bit more about the business model. How does it all work?
Yeah, so the way it works is if you are a woman that has lots of items in your closet, you can submit them to StyleLend. We will approve the items that we think are going to rent for you. You ship them to us free of charge. We pay for it. We take them into our inventory. We list them, describe them, put them on our website, and then we rent them out. Every time it rents, you make 50% and we make 50%.
Oh, cool. So you can make money off of this.
You can make quite a bit of money, yeah.
So fashionistas listening and watching, definitely sign up.
Yeah, influencers, people that get a lot of items given to them, they can make a lot of money with them, or anyone like you, Alex, that has a lot of pretty dresses sitting in your closet, collecting dust. You can put them to work.
Yeah, now I'm thinking about some stuff that I could totally lend out.
Exactly, that'd be perfect.
What has been the biggest challenge since launching this business model? Any surprises that popped up that you're like, oh, I wasn't expecting having to factor this in?
Well, everything is a surprise when you start a business. I mean, nothing is for sure. Everything is in flux. So the biggest surprise really was with raising funding and going out there and talking to investors, especially having a female-focused business. It's really hard to connect the dots with the investors because they're mostly male. So in a room of male and you're talking about the business, they love the concept, they love the idea, they just are not users of it. So it's hard for them to relate and to see how big the market can be. And so I only have to, talk in numbers, and I do that quite a bit. But that has been like a big surprise, being able to get what the business deserves because of that gap.
Definitely a challenge, and a challenge we're going to talk more about how she connected those dots for those investors. Also, she was a part of a very prestigious accelerator. So all that and more when we come back with my guest, Lona, Alia, founder of StyleLend. We are the biggest entrepreneur destination on the planet. This is Business Rockstars. The biggest entrepreneur destination on the planet. I'm Alex Wehrley. Welcome to Business Rockstars. Joining me today, Lona, Alia, founder of StyleLend. And we were just talking about how the biggest challenge for you had been, but now you accomplished this, or overcame this challenge, I should say. It was communicating to investors. They tend to be male more often, and really breaking down why this female-driven service is necessary. So how did you connect the dots for them?
That's a great question. So the first thing I say to them when I go up there and present is that imagine having to buy a tuxedo every time you go to an event. Sounds crazy, right? Well, women have to do this every time they go to an event, and we have 9 to 12 events a year. They could be bachelorette parties, birthday parties, Valentine's Day, all of the Christmas parties during the holidays, as well as weddings and engagements and showers and you name it, right? So we have to look great, and we have to buy something new every time. That doesn't make a lot of sense. That's why we end up having all these items in our closet. And I tell them there's $50 billion worth of inventory sitting in women's closets across the US. So why not monetize it through rentals?
Wow, totally convinced. I get it. So it's just about explaining it in terms that they understand. How do you get the confidence to do that?
That's a great question. It is a little intimidating. However, I love the challenge because I'm a confident person to begin with, but then when you take into consideration what I'm wearing too, with something new from StyleLend, I feel very confident, I feel great. And also I know the market, I know the business. I live at the forefront of fashion, and I know what's happening out there. I see these women, millennials in New York City running around doing all these different, go from work to drinks to dinner. They need a versatile item that they can wear and wear different items every day. So I see them renting, and I see them writing us letters and saying, oh my God, I love this. This is life-changing for me. And when I see that, I know that there's a huge market. And because fashion is $4.5 trillion, there is a lot of room for many multi-billion-dollar businesses in fashion.
And you had a lot of help from a very prestigious accelerator. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so Y-Combinator, which is the most prestigious accelerator in the world, as you said, Alex, is a wonderful place where entrepreneurs can go and they get advice from some of the best people in the world. So like the founder of Google, Paul Buchheit, or the founder of Airbnb, and many different, or Dropbox. So really interesting founders will give you advice. You'll have these dinners where you mingle with other founders and you talk about challenges you're facing, and they're helping you through those challenges. But it's a great program. It gives you about $100,000 to start your business. And then it's a great stamp of approval as well, because it's like a Harvard or a Stanford. Less than 1% of the people that apply get in. So it's a very hard program to get into it.
Tell me about some of the key players on your team.
It's mostly made out of women, because women gravitate towards this business because it's something that it's a problem for them and they want to solve it for themselves. So the key players are my right hand, Tanya, who's a CMO and also the COO of the company. She does everything from marketing, newsletters, content, Instagram, social media, but also handles operations because we're a very small team. So she also does everything in terms of operations, items coming in, going out. Then I have Dale, who is a social media influencer, and she handles everything with customer service. So if you come into our website, you're like, hey, I have a wedding, I don't know what to wear, can you help me? She's the one like typing away and helping you what styles you can rent. And then I have Alex, who has the same name as you.
Yeah.
She's our awesome coder. So she's our head engineer, and basically she does the front and the back end of the product. So she's a really, really good, awesome engineer. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think sometimes it's a struggle for companies who are really good at the creative side, maybe the fashion side in your case, but then there's this whole technological component. Did you find that challenging? I know that you have a background in technology, so maybe it wasn't, but how do you balance the two, the technology and the creativity?
It was absolutely super challenging, especially in the beginning. So many people let me down that I was like, oh, hey, let's form this business and you'll be my technical co-founder. And then they'll start working on something, but then they'll fade off and like not meet their deadlines. And I'm like, no, we have to meet this by, 1st of June. And then 1st of June would come, nothing is done, or like maybe just a little bit of code. I'm like, no, this is not the way we can work. I need more. I need a product that I can show to our beta testers. So I had so many people that were letting me down, and that was like a very, very tough time, especially in the beginning, because you're ready to go.
This is your baby. You're like ready to release it into the world.
Exactly. You just won this competition at Startup Weekend, and people like love the concept. I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to get it out there. And then you wait a month and another month and another month, and nothing is done. So then I was like, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to go into my network, find someone that can build it for me, hopefully quickly. So I was able to find a team in Poland to build a lot of it for me. And that's what I started to have beta customers in. So I spent about $30,000 of my own money to build the first prototype. And that was the beginning stages of Styland. Then we got into Y-Combinator, which we later built up the team that we have now.
And it worked out. Congratulations on all of your success. And thank you so much for stopping by and coming all the way from New York City.
Thank you. It was my pleasure. This is amazing. I love business rock stars.
Oh, awesome. You bet. Come back again, all right?
I will. Thank you.
You bet. Lona, Alia, founder of Styland. We are the biggest entrepreneur destination on the planet. This is Business Rockstars.